So this morning, a bit of a panic. My wife called me saying someone's in the garden. So I went to check, and there was some guys there trying to rob all my stuff that I had in my garden. So I'm gonna build a fence all the way around my garden. Sorry, I by mistake pressed the time-lapse button somehow. No idea how. So I'm going to be changing the fence, all that down there. See, it's just a bit dodgy. That's falling out. All these side ones are falling out. And besides that, I'm standing here. This is my hedge height, and you can see my whole house and everything. I'm using these feather boards. They're 7 foot. So that should give me till about yay high. So I'm gonna, instead of me schlepping them, that's my street down there, instead of me bringing them all the way into here, which I did with those timbers, I'm gonna take this fence off here and I'm just gonna carry them over into my garden. Wasn't on zero, but now. So I brought my rolling toolbox with. I'm going to start on this side because this is my most vulnerable side. That's basically the fence. That 4 panels there and all those down there. Yesterday my wife was sitting in the window there and she could see shadows walking past right where she's sitting. 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to start with this wall here. Throw these concrete things in there. I'm actually going to use them for my cabin, for the underneath somewhere. This is how dangerous they were just sitting on here. Some guy tried to break in and tried to rob stuff out of my garden yesterday. I chased him over the garden. He came right over here and fell over, and one of these fell out with him. So that means if anyone would have climbed over there themselves, any kid or whatever, could have really damaged them. So it's a good time. that's all the buttons done on that wall now. Just need to put my featherboard on, so we're going to do that now.
Well, remember, subscribe to the channel.
So I'm here with Shmully today. He's giving me a hand. What we're going to do is we're going to start with this. I don't want these featherboards on the floor, so I'm going to put a 3x2 on the floor there, just so that they don't rot, and then just screw them in like that, and that should work quite well. That I want each one of these to be overlapped 1 inch. We've got a 5-inch board, so I'm going to put my square on 4-inch. So I've got one side done. This looks pretty good. I think I might go over the top with a chainsaw afterwards, put a string line down there and just get them all exactly straight, because one or two of them are a bit off. That's what it looks like from the inside, which isn't too great, but I'm going to have bushes here, I'm going to have my cabin. So I'm going to start on this part now here. Some people cleaning up. Wow, that's cool. There's a big pillar. This used to be probably a driveway to someone's house or something, which is really cool. Actually, when I was clearing the land for my timber frame cabin, you can see down there, there's the lid of it. Maybe I could do something cool with it. So we've got that fence done, got all the battens going down along that fence there. Really I need 3 battens, but the concrete's not high enough, so what I'm going to have to do is put a batten along the top after and screw it in. So now it's starting to rain, but I'm going to start paneling out, and not paneling, whatever you call it, putting those things on. So I'm going to leave this little bit here open, and later on when I'm come to finishing off, instead of putting that fence back, I'm gonna panel it up, and then I'll have to take all those bits around the other side. But we'll see how it goes. Let's give it a bash.
so like I said, I'm going to leave that gap open for now, but I've got this little bit done. I've got all that to do and it's taking forever. I think in about an hour I've managed to do this. It's probably less than an hour, but it feels longer than an hour because it's cold, it's wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow my friend's nailer, First Fix nailer, and hopefully get that done a lot faster. So I'm going to go for a little break and come back when I've got that nailer. So
I did have a lovely day.
A what?
A lovely day.
A lovely day?
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So I got myself, I borrowed one of these, this beast. I know it might be a bit overkill, but man, this thing is fast. I've got that little bit to do, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 panels out of 14. So doing not too bad. Hopefully get this done in no time. So it's next Sunday now. Just need to finish off this little bit, but bit of a mistake. I didn't realise I went to another supplier to buy these, and they're a bit of a different shade to these. But I'm hoping that with time they'll just age and they'll end up with a similar colour. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to do that now. I've got one piece of 3x2 going along the top, and then I've got this, it's called a capping to stop the rain sitting on it, so I'm going to put that on now. I'm running out of nails. I think I've got about 4 nails. It gives me enough to do two of these, and then I'll do the rest with screws. So yeah, let's just do this side and then we'll crack on. Just debating whether to nail in the top bit or not. So I've done the top beam on that side. Now I just need to go over it with some screws because I didn't have enough nails to go in there. Go over it with some screws in every one of the top pieces and then do the capping. So I'm not going to bore you with the screws, I'm just going to come back when I'm doing the next bit. So all these boards are all on different heights because I just follow the contour of the street. So you see, I wanna I want these boards here to be flush with here. So I'm going to use this flush trim bit. I just bought this, it's a fake Makita and it works pretty cool, so I'm going to use that now. So plan B, I'm going to resort to the chainsaw. That was my original plan, but I thought I'll get a nice crisp cut with the router, but it's just milking up the batteries and this chainsaw just goes so fast. So let me just show you what I'm doing. Just on the roof of my van, it's actually a really good platform. I would use it the whole time, but the problem is the cars can't get past because it's a bit narrow here, so yeah, this is what it looks like from up here. You can see here, that's where I cut it and that's where I need cutting, so I'm going to carry on. For the last and final bit of the video of this fence job, well, what I'm going to do afterwards from inside is I'm going to put a piece of timber on the inside just to stop that light coming through. But for now what I'm doing is I'm sticking this capping on to stop the rain, to get the rain to dribble off it. So eventually I'm going to put some carpet grippers at the top as well so nobody can jump over. But for now, I'm just going to do this, and then that should be the last thing on my job, on my list. Going to cut that end on a mitre and then just finish it all the way around. Not going to bore you with it, but just to show you what I'm doing. I'll bring you back when I've done that.
So I got these carpet gripper things. I'm going to stick these now, seeing as this capping is chamfered like that. When I have this on the inside bit, hopefully no one will see it and they'll try and jump over and cut themselves. So it's just a deterrent, you know, someone will jump over, cut themselves. Obviously there's ways of getting about it, which is not a problem, but call me antisocial, I just don't like random people in my garden. Yummy. So that's the end of this fence project. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you've learned something from it. I've surely learned a lot.
Subscribe now!
I hope you've enjoyed watching it. See you soon. Catch you on the next one.